Alright, beep beep, Mason robots. You ready for Warhammer? This, as much as innocuous as it may seem, is actually a monster. This is a live neural dish of a petri dish that you could turn on up to 11 given certain sequences of how alive you need this thing to be. Right? There's a calculator. Kind of some of the things you could get this to do. All right, I can add, I can subtract, I can multiply, divide, and get the answer. I can add multiple structures inside of that model, X or Y. I could say that the X or Y parallel to where they are inputted to come in, given these sequences, two compounded features on their function, is going to be a bit of a hello world situation source code back to this kind of snowflake, right? Photon, gluon, W boson, Z bosons into how many different sequences or systems. See, this already does it for you while building it, but how would you build it from AI or from Hello World that would actually say not only is this the average, but while in certain positions with nothing in there, it would still find that average to you instead of just the given space. Unless the custom function for some reason needs to determine that differential for some function that you want to work your way through while describing actually the write out on this. Add, subtract, down here, come in here to the first sequence of some of these C1 and 2 as an addition, the subtraction up inside of here for what we got, and of course in X and Y form of showing you that this can be much more compounded through its systems given what your setup's going to be here, to find the mean, median, and mode. Most common, this is going to do it for you. It's a pretty consistent map. I don't know if you need World Series numbers or try to track fantasy football or make an AI alive, tracking the S&P, making sure she's still clicking to the clock she's supposed to run parallel to the moon, the sun, orbitals, tides. It'll make a number. I mean, across the planet, tides and high tide and low tide, high and low tide of the year kind of is a bit of this math. You're looking at some supersymmetry of it. When you actually wanted to throw down a pattern calculator inside of here, 1x1s, 1x16s, 1x2s, so on and so forth, out to 3x3s. Maybe give it its total square footage here, just so something in IH, the reference, given that many square feet, times the number of pieces in pallets to the sum number of pieces in the pallets, or potentially underneath that, make sure that you got, 18, an inch pallet's going to let you do 2 inches, 18, so 36 inch pieces if they were 1 inch. Now, the prime function might say that this is 2 inch, that carries a different value, even though given the same metrics is a differential that you might have to work into before you start cutting treads, steps, headstones, column bases, or anything else that might come with this kind of function, being how you could spreadsheet the models in cut coefficients of log times to see team dynamics or pull out free radiance that might be density differences given those CMBs or outputs, some specific value or how it's changing once that value is put into there of how these functions work. So that was my note on XL. Hopefully that helps the multi-domain battlefield team. We could throw this down as far as regional models at M1 and M2. We cut it down just to the square. Well, this hill back here, I know that one. That monster. Broke Skull Mountain. But AR backyard is going to compartmentalize to some squares as well. This is actually my runtime. I'm going to have to set out a map down there at inches and runs to know how long it takes to weed eat, something like that, if I'm taking that into consideration of setting a value inside of here at that robot blocks level, and gauging some of its results and success in other fractal Pensroidy, what do you got there, hidden variable theory, there it is, 42. That can help you get to some of these source codes, some of these master keys or large numbers, right? So that was my note. Catch you on the next one.